Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome once again to Kingfisher's YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon for notifications of up and coming videos. Today I'm going to be talking bass, in particular how to rig a wacky rig, or how to do a wacky rig, or how to set up a wacky rig. What we require is our fluorocarbon, 12 pounds, one of our normal soft plastic lures, preferably a worm, okay? What is this? This is a wide gape hook, and just to show you it, it's got a very wide gape on it, short shank, which makes it very important. It's got a slightly bent back eye, okay? Or we can use a circle hook. This is a mustard number 4.0 fine gauge circle hook, okay? And of course, just a wacky tool. There are two ways to rig your bass lure wacky. One is we're just going to take it straight through, and the other one is to use our wacky tool. Okay, so let's just open it up and start it off. Just need to get one of my worms out. I'm going to take my fluorocarbon. The wacky style of fishing works all year round. It's one of those go-to ways of fishing for bass. You can use light fluorocarbon, 12 pound. You can go heavier if you're fishing around logs, okay? Fishing over weeds, 12 pound is more than sufficient. If you're fishing around logs and that, 16 pound. You don't want the bass to take you around and cut you off. So 16 pound is what I recommend you look at. A fluorocarbon is good because the weight of the line actually pulls down the lure, and the whole idea is that the worm looks natural as it's going down. How we tie it? Again, we just use either a Palomar knot or a figure of 8. Doesn't make a difference. Just put my glasses on. Take our fluorocarbon. You go through the eye of the hook and then back through a second time. So there it is there. Then you do an overhand granny knot. So we go over. There's an overhand granny knot. Best way to do is just to pinch it, take your finger, grab your hook, like so, lubricate, and pull tight. Just make sure both pieces are over and pull tight. There we go. Then we just take our scissors, and there's pretty much our hook tied onto our nylon, our fluorocarbon. This is a weightless way of fishing. Easiest way of doing it, take a worm, roughly halfway through, like that, and flick it out. It is designed primarily for shallow fishing. Like I said, around weeds, around stumps, little cliff faces where it falls down or flutters down slowly. And like I say, you just flick it out. You can use a spinning reel, don't get me wrong, you can use a spinning reel, but a bait caster definitely allows more control over the actual lure as it's going down. You flick it out and you just watch that line. It's very, very important to see and watch that line. As it's floating down, the bass will either inhale it and swim off with it, or your line just stops moving. Wind up, set the hook, and 9 times out of 10, the bass will be there. So just be very careful. It's a very subtle bite sometimes. Other times they almost pull the rod out of your hands. But watch that line start moving from left to right, or it stops. You'll just see a little like twitch on the line as the lure is going down. Be very careful, it's a very subtle bite. So that's a quick and easy way of doing it. I'm now going to show you how to do it using a Wacky Rig. So there's the same lure. I'm just going to grab one of our rubbers here. And this is how Wacky Rig works. We basically just take the rubber over the Wacky tool, like so. We then take our lure, and depending where we want the rubber to sit on the lure, that's how far down it goes. So we go like this, stick it into the pipe, take our rubber over it. Okay. We then take our hook, go underneath the actual rubber, and there we go. It's as easy as that to do it. The hook is nice and proud, and we're good to go. I'm now going to show you how we rig the circle hook to do our Wacky Rig. I'm going to use this Demon Circle 4.0 fine. I've got one here. I'm just going to put my glasses on first. We're going to use a Snell knot. So to do the Snell knot, we go from the bottom up through the eye of the actual circle hook. Wrap it around 3 or 4 times, like so. Take the tag end, push it through the back, and we just gently pull on the fluorocarbon to open up the figure of 8, which you see is happening there. Pull it down, pull tight. There we go. Take our scissors, cut off the tag end nice and neatly, and there is our circle hook snelled. Now don't forget, if you didn't see how I did that knot, at the bottom of the screen is a little icon there. Just press on it and it will take you, that little link will take you to knot tying, and you can have a look there in more detail how I tied that circle hook on. Okay, just grab another one out here. And again, with a circle hook, all we do is, in the appropriate area that you feel most comfortable with, we stick straight through the center of the worm. You ask, why a circle hook? A lot of times we're fishing around trees, over rocks, weed, and you don't want the hook to get stuck in the rocks. This is an inline circle hook, which is very important. If it was offset, you would have a chance of it actually catching on the rocks or around the tree stumps or over the branches and that. So a circle hook is way better when you're fishing in a lot of structure. Another good thing about a circle hook is if you've got kids with you, they'll be throwing this J hook all over the place, especially for beginners. And you tend to, especially if you're fishing with your brother and your sister, you might hook them by mistake. You hook trees, you hook grass, you hook all sorts of things, clothing. Circle hook, less chance of that actually happening. Okay, because it will come off quite easily. So as long as you're using a circle hook around children, I promise you now, it's most probably the safest hook you can use. Again, it's very simple to rig it like that, or we can use the Wacky Rig once again to rig it. It's exactly the same as what I've just done, guys. So go out there, enjoy yourselves. It is the simplest way of fishing for beginners. The hardest part of the whole thing is actually detecting the bite. So flick it out and just keep an eye on that line. You'll see the line moving to the left. Just wind, you don't have to hit. It's a circle hook. That's what makes this hook so good. You don't have to hit hard on it. So if you think you're getting a bite, just put a bit of tension on it. It will go around the jaw of the bass, and invariably you've got the bass on. So if you're not sure, just lightly tighten up on it and you'll know whether there's a bass on the end. And also, because you're not hitting the fish, you're not scaring the fish. If he does spit it out, flick it back into the same place, and he will most probably come back and eat it because you haven't hurt him. That's why the circle hook is so lovely for beginners, guys, and boys and girls. It's a lovely way of teasing bass. You can actually tease them right to you. You flick it out, the bass is on, you just pull it to you, he comes to you, he stops. You flick it out again, you tease him. It's a lovely way of fishing. It is so simple. Go out there, guys, go and enjoy it. All the stuff that you see here is available from leading tackle stores nationwide, and of course our lovely Kingfisher branches. Go out there, enjoy it, guys. Bass fishing season is here, and it is a way of fishing that you can do all year round. It works particularly well in winter when things are slow. So go out there, guys, go and enjoy it. There we go.